Hey, what's up, gamers? Welcome back to BeBackGaming. Today we're diving into Trench Tales, a story-driven third-person action game that's been making waves in early access on Steam. Set in a dark, alternative world between World War I and II, this game promises a mix of Gothic vibes, tactical combat, and a mind-bending narrative. But does it deliver, or is it lost in the trenches? Stick around for our full review, no spoilers beyond the basics. And as always, no fluff, just the real talk. If you enjoy honest game reviews, hit that subscribe button and let's get into it. Trench Tales, developed by Creativo, dropped into early access in late 2024, and it's got a lot of ambition. You play as a lone warrior summoned to a surreal, war-torn universe by mysterious forces. Your goal, unravel why you're here. Fight off creepy enemies like fallen soldiers and demonic entities, and maybe find a way back home. The game blends third-person shooting, action-adventure, and some Souls-like elements, all wrapped in a haunting Gothic aesthetic. Think muddy trenches, crumbling cathedrals, and a vibe that's equal parts Bloodborne and Saving Private Ryan. It's still in early access, so keep that in mind. The game's not finished, and Creativo is actively tweaking it based on community feedback. But at its core, Trench Tales is about exploration, combat, and a story that wants to mess with your head. Let's break it down section by section. Let's start with the gameplay, because this is where Trench Tales both shines and stumbles. The combat is tactical and weighty. You've got a decent arsenal, handguns, machine guns, sniper rifles, even some heavy weapons, and each feels distinct. The game encourages you to use cover, exploit enemy weaknesses, and think strategically, which I appreciate. It's not just run and gun. You've got to plan your moves, especially against tougher enemies. Then there are the unique powers, and these are a highlight. You can slow time for clutch dodges, unleash burst energy for crowd control, heal wounds on the fly, and use a visionary sight to spot enemies through walls. These abilities add a lot of versatility, and I had fun experimenting with them. For example, combining visionary sight with a sniper rifle to pick off enemies from a distance felt super satisfying. But here's the thing, the gameplay isn't flawless. The controls can feel clunky at times, especially when you're trying to swap weapons mid-fight. Enemy eyes hit or miss. Sometimes they're smart and flank you. Other times they just stand there like they forgot how to fight. And while the game wants to be Souls-like with its difficulty, the checkpoint system is a bit too forgiving, which undercuts the tension. For an early access title, it's functional, but it needs polish. Now, let's talk story and atmosphere, because this is where Trench Tales really tries to stand out. The narrative is a slow burn, dripping with mystery. You're piecing together why you're in this creepy world, who summoned you, and what's up with the malevolent forces lurking around. The game leans hard into its Gothic vibe, think foggy battlefields, ruined churches, and a constant sense of dread. The art direction is stunning, and the sound design, with its creaking wood and distant explosions, pulls you right in. I love how the game blends historical war elements with dark fantasy. It's like if H.P. Lovecraft wrote a war novel. But the story has issues. The pacing feels off, it takes a long time to get to the juicy bits, and some dialogue comes across as overly cryptic, like it's trying too hard to be profound. I get that it's going for a mind-bending vibe, but it can feel more confusing than intriguing, especially in the early hours. Without spoiling anything, I'll say the story has potential, but it's not fully realized yet. Since it's early access, I'm hoping Creativo fleshes it out with future updates, because the foundation is there for something special. Visually, Trench Tales is a mixed bag. On high settings, the Gothic landscapes are gorgeous. The lighting, the textures, the way mist curls around the trenches, it's atmospheric as hell. But on lower settings, it looks rough, with muddy textures and some janky animations. I played on a mid-range PC, and performance was mostly solid, but I hit a few frame drops during intense combat scenes. And yeah, it's early access, so expect some bugs. I had enemies get stuck in walls a couple of times, and one cutscene froze until I restarted. Nothing game-breaking, but it's a reminder that this isn't a polished product yet. If you're someone who gets annoyed by technical hiccups, you might want to wait for a few more updates. So, what's the verdict on Trench Tales? It's a game with a ton of heart and ambition, but it's rough around the edges. The atmosphere and art direction are top-notch, and the unique powers add a fresh twist to the combat. But the clunky controls, uneven AI, and slow story pacing hold it back from greatness. As an early access title, it's promising, but it's not there yet. If you love atmospheric games like Bloodborne or Hellblade and don't mind some jank, Trench Tales is worth checking out. especially if you want to support its development. But if you prefer polished experiences, I'd say wait for a few more updates. I'm giving it a tentative 7 out of 10. It's got soul, but it needs work. Trench Tales is on Steam for price $24.99, and it's a single player experience with about 8 to 10 hours of content right now, depending on how much you explore. Creativo says more content is coming, so keep an eye on it if you're intrigued. That's our review of Trench Tales. What do you think? Are you grabbing it now, or waiting for a full release? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and let me know what games you want us to review next. If you enjoyed this, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to BeBackGaming for more honest reviews, and hit the bell so you don't miss our next video. Thanks for watching, and we'll be back with more gaming goodness soon. Catch ya later.